2 months ago, an outbreak of cholera in areas of Kabowa in Rubaga division put the entire city on high alert, prompting quick action from the Ministries of Health and the Kampala Capital City Authority. Of the 8 cases that were reported, 2 patients were confirmed to have contracted cholera and were successfully treated and discharged. The outbreak was blamed on the poor sanitation and hygiene in the area, which has poor rubbish and waste disposal, and most homes have no toilets. Most of the residents at that time blamed their leaders for failing to provide them with the necessary health services like rubbish collection and cesspit emptiers. Officials from the Ministry of Health, in addition to KCCA, led by State Minister of Primary Health Care Monica Kaduchu, paid a visit to the affected areas and promised a number of interventions to avert any other outbreaks.
The rubbish, the toilet minister has already talked about it. They are really put in place.
We are also trying to see how we can have stand pipes also put in various places in Kampala.
However, 2 months on from the outbreak, a visit to Sembule Bizon in Kabowa has shown that it is still business as usual for the residents. Many of them still continue to use the unsafe water within the area because of the absence of clean water sources. Residents still have rubbish littered everywhere, and the few toilets within the zone are still full because they've not been emptied for a long time. Ed Mike Tagoya, the local chairperson, observes that only a few of the pledges that were made by the leaders have been fulfilled.
KCCA, the Ministry of Health and the other organizations promised that they are going to work hand in hand and they provide us with safe water and cheap water. They promised us to at least construct public toilets.
Tagoya notes that the residents have tried to resolve some of the issues themselves instead of waiting for KCCA and the Ministry of Health.
They collected the money and then called the water people to come and repair that water tap.
However, with the onset of the rains, the chairperson is worried that this might not be enough.
Anytime it begins to rain and then this water will become contaminated.
Lord Mayor Erias Lukwago has been quick to reassure the leaders and the residents the KCCA is working around the clock to fulfill the pledges it made to them.
The money to construct the toilets is there, but getting land, there are those who have who have pledged to give us land.
Lukwago observes that the authority will also cancel the contracts to private companies that had been contracted to collect rubbish in these areas because they have failed to fulfill their obligation.
That the contract for home clean as a concessionaire should not be renewed because their performance is quite appalling, is below standard.
The Lord Mayor also adds that they have enacted an ordinance to oversee sanitation and waste disposal within all the divisions so as to avert any disease outbreaks.
Because we want to have all the pit latrines in Kampala emptied. We want to have them emptied.
Joyce Nakato, NTV Weekend Edition.